Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to talk about how streaming has screwed writers and actors to a certain extent. The irony is, right now there's a huge strike going on, and there's been so much said, and so many things said that I can't even get into. Some of the stuff I posted up, and some of the stuff I haven't posted up. I'm gonna talk about this in a separate video, but Bob Iger is, I don't know what is going on with Bob. I don't know what's going on with Bob right now. He is saying some ridiculous shit. Now, some of the things he says about Marvel and Star Wars, some of that is true, but some of it isn't true. But I can get into that, and like I said, I'll get into Bob Iger at a later date. And it's very disappointing because if you guys have been watching me long enough, you know I consider Bob Iger the best CEO of all the entertainment companies. I'm talking about like entertainment, like film, like the big entertainment companies like Universal, Warner Brothers, Peacock, you know, like NBC, like all those big ones, you know, the big ones. Paramount. Like, I think Bob is by far the best CEO of all of those because he presided over the most successful years of any entertainment company of all time. So I'm very disappointed to hear these comments from him, but as I said, I'm gonna get into that at a little date. Today I'm gonna talk about the real crux, the big thing, because there's a lot of things going on. First of all, there's the whole AI situation, which it's getting nuts. Like, now I'm hearing that like studios will pay you once. They'll pay you full price, but they'll pay you once for an AI render of you, and they own that AI render to put in any film they want to. So studios are already working on somehow being able to CGI / AI render / put people, background people into films. So they're trying to cut out even having to hire background people anymore. I'm like, damn. I was like, wow, man. This whole situation with the strikes, the actors just announced they're going on strike, the writers have been on strike. This whole situation is such a conflicting part to me. Conflicting because I always think of things in two different ways. And you guys, if you follow me long enough, like I say, you know, I think of things from a business perspective, and I think of things from a film fan, like more for lack of a better term, more of the heart, you know, of the heart perspective, of the, you know, the real people on the ground, because the simple fact is these actors and directors actually have been doing pretty well for themselves. That's why the Directors Guilds haven't fucking gone on strike. I think the Directors Guild's already settled. You know, they've already made a contract with Hollywood. But the writers and actors are getting screwed because things have changed. And essentially, Hollywood and all the big producers, they don't want to acknowledge that things have changed. They want the actors and writers to play by the old rules, even though the old rules are outdated. For instance, I've talked about this before, syndication. You've ever noticed, when's the last time you've seen a show that's gone more than 100 episodes? Never. It's been a while. You never see it. It's the reason Netflix don't like doing long shows, and Netflix doesn't like doing any shows that got more than 100 episodes. Nothing. Even Stranger Things, as successful as it is, will never reach that many episodes. And that's partially story-wise, but it's also because Netflix won't allow it to happen. Because once you get to 100 episodes, you get syndication. Once you get syndication, you get the royalty checks and whatnot. Like, the actors get these royalties and all that. It's the reason why the Big Bang Theory ended, was because they, literally Fox, or I can't remember if it was Fox or whatnot, but whoever owns the Big Bang Theory literally could not afford to pay all these actors to keep coming back because the price just kept going up and up. I always use this example too. If you have, I can't remember, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, there was a list of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood, and Jennifer Anderson was like number 3 or something like that. She was like number 2 or 3, and in my brain I'm like, I haven't seen Jennifer Anderson do anything worth a damn in years. But she's still getting these massive paychecks from the royalties on the show Friends. And that's sort of like how it's been, really. If you have a successful show, you play that motherfucker until the cows come home, and the actors on that show get money from it. It's why so many actors from back in the day, if you've ever noticed that a lot of actors from successful TV shows back in the day don't do too much because they literally don't need to, because they got those royalty checks coming in every fucking year and they never have to do anything ever for the rest of their life. But that's why a lot of those actors don't do anything. But Hollywood has kind of been up on it and they've kind of shifted. They shifted to be like, okay, we're not going to let any shows ever get that far. Also, less episodes mean they have to hire less people. But that means less. They have to hire less writers. They don't have to pay the actors as much. Hollywood has sort of shifted their thinking. So that's already a change of things right there. Of like the old ways are kind of gone and this new thing coming in. But the problem is with the streaming services, the rules are all mixed up. For instance, that's why that whole thing with Scarlett Johansson was such a big deal, because there was never really movies of that caliber sent straight to the streaming service, and a lot of these actors have back pay. A lot of these actors, the amount of money they're gonna make on a movie is connected to the box office. That's how Leonardo DiCaprio. Leo has been in, if I remember, Leo's been in a $1 billion movie, just one. And it was Titanic. And he was a young thing back then, dude. He ain't had no grit. He ain't have no pull. So you know he didn't really make that much on Titanic because he was a young thing back then. He didn't really know. He wasn't the Leo we know he is today. So you know he didn't, get paid as much as maybe Kate Winslet did on that movie, or Billy Zane. You know he didn't get paid as much as they did on that film. But yet Leo is still one of the top paid actors in Hollywood. How? It's back pay. Because the bigger actor you are, you can get a big nice little percentage on the back end of every film, box office theaters. But how do you do that with streaming? You can't, and not to mention with streaming, with the box office, you can't fake it, right? It's the theaters, right? Like the box office numbers can be found. You can't fake it. You can manipulate it, but you can't fake it. It's right out there in the public. Everyone knows how much this movie made. And maybe no one will know the percentage the actor got, the percentage everyone's getting, but everyone knows concretely how much this movie made. With streaming service, on the other hand, it's too fucking flimsy. It's too flimsy. There's no way to track it. All these studios hide their numbers and only show you the numbers when they think they're good. And even when they show you those, you got to take those with a grain of salt that they might be a tiny bit inflated. So, as an actor, you don't know how much money you're supposed to get for this movie. Like, you're used to getting this back end money. So, like, the contracts have to be renegotiated to give you more money up front. But, like, shouldn't you get paid more if you're a big time actor? Like say Leo does a movie for Apple or something like that, and that movie blows up, becomes this huge phenomenon on Apple, and gets a bunch of subscribers to come to Apple. Shouldn't he get paid extra for that because he contributed to this streaming service? But Hollywood would tell you, no the fuck you can't. So and same thing with TV shows. There was this whole thing that people were talking about, how this one guy, helped write a very, like, they didn't say specific, but he helped write a very successful show, and he barely got paid anything for it in residuals. Then he got paid his paycheck, but he didn't get paid anything in residuals because, like I say, Hollywood has restructured things to just try to pay people less, to try to not pay these writers, to try to take more money away from these actors. And it's a thing where that's why the strike, that's the big thing. There are many, many, many things, but the streaming service is the big crux of the thing. And that's why a lot of these shows like streaming services, Disney Plus, HBO Max, all of them are starting to literally get rid of shows and movies, take them completely off the platform, simply so they don't have to pay to keep it. So they don't have to pay the actors or the writers and whatnot to keep this on their service. So literally, Hollywood would rather not have it than have to pay them. And it's fucked up, but I get it. Especially with some of the shit, like, AI is coming far. And, like, this is the last thing I'll talk about, because I remember hearing this and I was like, oh my god, dude. Like, that's some shrewd shit. It's fucked up, but it's pretty shrewd. So, like AI writer thing that people are nervous about. Now understand, the whole AI writer thing isn't that the AI is going to literally write a whole script of a movie. It isn't that the AI is going to do this. It's that they could type in a simple premise into an AI system. The AI will give them a simple, bare bones, lame ass, like, could have been written in, like, high school summary of a story. And then they'll give it to an actual writer and be like, we're gonna need you to take this premise and go with it. You know, here's the premise, go with it, make it something great. That writer will take that premise that was given to him. Now he doesn't know it's given to him, but by an AI, make it the spectacular thing. Maybe it becomes maybe it becomes the next Avatar. I don't know. Maybe it becomes like the first Aliens movie. Who knows? But he takes this simple premise, turns it into this fantastic movie, and then the studio can refuse him royalties, can refuse him royalties, refuse him all kinds of things, or even refuse giving him full credit for it, because technically an AI, because they could claim that an AI created the script. Technically, all you did was all you did was come in and touch it up a bit. Even though in reality, the AI just made this bare bones thing and you turned it into this great thing, but the studio could deny you your money, your shine because of the AI. So the AI of it all is becoming a scary thing in terms of financial, in terms of being a writer. That would be a heartbreaking thing, you know? But it's like, so that's why things are getting tense. That's why this strike is happening. And now you're hearing rumors that the studios are basically saying, we're gonna starve these motherfuckers out and force them to come back. I am nervous because once again, I want you guys to remember the last time a writer's strike happened was in like 2006, something like that. It was a long time ago. And do you know what came out of that? Want to know? Reality TV. That's right. All the annoying ass reality TV shows, you know, Jersey Shore, all of the Real Housewives, all of it happened because of the writer's strike. Because Hollywood literally didn't have anything else they could put out. They literally had nothing else they could put on. So they needed a cheap and easy thing to put out, and reality TV became what it is today. So you gotta wonder, if this whole strike goes on any longer, what piece of shit are we gonna get that's gonna be forced down our throats because of this strike? And I am not looking forward to that. Though, this could be a big uprising for foreign countries though. I mean, look, some of them Chinese stuff, some of those Korean, like some of them films and stuff are pretty like, hey. That's what I think is gonna happen, by the way. I think Hollywood's gonna go to foreign countries and whatnot and start like really pushing foreign films and stuff so that they can like stave off shit. That's what I think is gonna happen. You're gonna get more Squid Games and shit like that. But anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show again. Please remember to like, subscribe, and what do you think? Why do you think streaming services have hurt the writers and the actors? Thank you guys again. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.